It's Amanda here, and I am in a hotel in Chicago, the Kimpton, and I'm going to do my makeup. So let's go ahead and get ready with me. So the lighting in here in this hotel room, there's not in this bathroom, is not a great spot to put the camera. So to start, I've put these under eye little pads on, and I've moisturized and done a little bit of primer. That's all I've done. These I used on the airplane yesterday, and I was definitely getting some crazy looks from fellow passengers. So, which doesn't bother me. It's fine. So I'm going to try to do this so you can see what I'm doing. But first I'm just going to take, and I thought this would be a good way too to show you what I typically travel with. So what's in my travel bag. I've got some fun little products here, but I always travel with dry shampoo. This is from Drybar. I also have a new one that my mom got me from Amika. So I'm going to put try both of those out. I always travel with shampoo, and I like to use these little packets. I don't need to wash my hair today because I washed it yesterday, but I will wash it tomorrow. Always travel with a night cream, my deodorant, makeup remover, toothpaste. Actually, I didn't forget toothpaste, but I packed the wrong thing. I packed a brightener. Step 2 of toothpaste. It was not actually toothpaste. I did call it down, and they did. The guy at Kimpton literally ran up this toothpaste within 30 seconds. And I use just these little masks. I think it's fun to try new products. So I get a subscription to Sephora Play, and that is every month. I think it's 5 products. 5 little products will come. And I just think when I get to travel, I'm that's when I throw in all my new products and try them and see what I like. So it's really fun. So I'm just using a little bit of eyebrow pencil this morning. And I'm going to do these brows, and I'll be back in a second. I'll show you what they look like. So brows are done. And I just used a pencil. I think this is the best way to do your brows. Go in with a pencil and fill in where your hair is a little sparse. And then find a gel, an eyebrow gel. This is called Eyebrow Color Mascara. They're eyebrow fibers. So it makes your brows look a little bit more natural than just straight pencils. So if you have time to do 2 steps on brows, I do think it pays off. I'm going to leave these on because I'm feeling extra puffy this morning. I'm hoping this will take down some of that. And I'm going to go into eyes. For my eyes today, whenever I'm here in Chicago for work, I never really have time to do a crazy eye look. So I think what I'm going to do today is, since summer's winding down and I feel like I'm not going to be able to wear my bronzy makeup look too much longer, I'm going to live out these dog days of summer. So I'm going in with this Charlotte Tilbury pot in Star Gold is the name. And I'm going to work that with my finger from the lash line up. And this doesn't have to be, you don't have to be precise with this because we're going to blend it. So get that on. And then while it hasn't set, take a brush. So I'm going to take this just eyeshadow brush and just blend. Sometimes on the eyes, you don't need a ton of multiple colors. Maybe sometimes just 1 or 2 colors is all you need to have a chic, ready to get out the hotel room look. And tip is, if you dip your brush, get it a little bit wet. I'm going to do right here at the sink. And I always pat it so it's not soaking wet, just kind of damp. Go back into the pot. And then if you go in the outer section, I'm going to take a little bit under as well. This color will be more intense because you have a wet brush. So this is how I can get away with only using one color. There's my alarm, but look, I woke up early. I can never sleep in hotels. If you guys have any tips for how to sleep in a hotel room, I'd love to hear it. I finally had to put on my ocean music last night, but I had a heck of a time falling asleep. Which you would think this is my chance, child free, lots of sleep, good sleep, but it's actually like the opposite for me. I'm really like a zombie, wide awake till 2 a.m. in a hotel room, which is awful. Which is why I'm extra puffy today. So really like that look on the eyes. You can kind of see that. And then I'm going to go in with just a black liner. This is from Benefit Roller Liner. And I fear it's at the end of its life. But I'm just going to go in with a very fine line right at the lashes and then take it a little thicker. And I'm not going to do a crazy cat eye, but just a little flick at the end. I really like this one because the tip is so fine. You can really get in and elongate your eye. So a lot of people focus on the outer corner of the eye, but a little tip is if you really want to have a wide-eyed look, make sure you take your liner all the way into like your tear duct. So like I took it all the way in, and that will give you the look of a much longer eye. Okay, then I'm going to go in under the brow bone with just a tiny bit of this rose gold Laura Mercier, and it's not really, I wouldn't call it rose gold. I'm just going to go right under the brow bone. To me, it's more of like a champagne color right under the brows. Okay, so besides mascara, we're going to call eyes done for right now, and so now I'm going to take these off, and they're so cooling. Just gonna pat that in. Anything that's left, throw those out. And since I am feeling quite dry and needing help under the eyes today, I'm gonna go in with this Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. I've used this before. And it really helps brighten under there. Any dark shadows, and my voice is super raspy because I haven't had anything to drink. So apologies, I sound so ridiculous this morning. Okay. So that I like to just give it a chance to kind of soak in a little bit. So just pat that. And always use your ring finger under your eyes. Be very gentle. All right. So I'm going to give this a minute to set in. Then I'm going to go in. I'm going to dampen my beauty blender. And I'm going to go in with my cruelty-free, like vegan-free, all-natural, crunchy, beautifully flawless foundation in the shade Neutral 2.5, and I'll be back to show you what that looks like in just a second. Foundation is on. I really like this one. It's very buildable. Next, I'm going to go in with Tarte Multitasking Foundation. So this is a foundation, but I actually have been using it as a concealer because it's a little bit thicker. So for me, it's a little heavy to wear as a foundation all over the face. Maybe I should try that sometime to see if I like it. But I thought it was a concealer, so I started using it as a concealer. And so now in my mind, that's what it is. And I'm going to come down the side of the nose. And remember to make like a V shape. So come down, up. And this will help to... you can use a beauty blender too. Some days I don't feel like using my finger. We'll let the beauty blender do the work. But this is definitely a high coverage. So you can use it as a concealer and pop it over any like redder areas. So around my nose, I always get really red. I'm getting something right here. I'm gonna go over that a little bit. My cheeks in general just tend to get really red. I think I have rosacea, so. All right, redampen your beauty blender. We're gonna bake this morning because I want my makeup to last all day with minimal touching up. I have meetings all day, and then I'm going to a Chicago Cubs game tonight, which I'm very excited about. So get your loose powder, which is not the most fun thing to travel with, but I did take it for the baking. And then take your beauty blender and put it all in there. Get a lot on there. It looks ridiculous. And then you're gonna go, trying to get it on your outfit, all under your eye. Looks crazy, doesn't it? And then anywhere you need like extra brightness, so. You're just gonna let that set like that. And I was talking to someone recently and I was like, oh, well, do you bake? And I think they thought I meant like baking at home in the oven, like cookies or something. It's like, no, like your makeup. So I don't think a lot of people have caught on to what baking is. It's just, as you saw, taking a damp sponge, really packing the powder on so that you'll get a long-lasting impact on your coverage. So it's almost like putting 20 layers of powder on your face, but it works. Don't ask me, but one day just try it. I'm going into this eye palette I've used a lot. This is like my tried and true neutral. And I just felt like I needed a little something on the outer corners of the eyes. So I put a little bit of that on. Next, I'm going to go in. I'm kind of going out of order. In case you're wondering what this order is, this is not my normal order. This is kind of what happens though when I travel. I'm always like, where's this product? It's not my normal, well, you know, it's not in my normal spot. So I'm going to go in actually with lips while this is baking here. And for this, I think I just got this at Walgreens or Target or just somewhere. Oh, I've got powder all over. To take a damp towel and get that off. This is Milani, and it is in the shade Pretty. And it's my husband texting me. It's very matte, so it'll stay on all day. I like that. And then I let that dry for a minute. While I do that, I'm going to just hang out and bake. Some mindfulness here. So I'll come back and actually, you know what? I feel like this is long enough. I get very impatient with baking. I'm going to show you what this looks like too instead of doing this off camera. You just take your brush. This is a brush from Crunchy. And I just start wiping off the powder. You can blend it into. And then for this, I'm going to try not to get this on my outfit. Really, it's going to brighten this under eye area immensely, especially if you use a powder that has some yellow in it, which I did. Looking better. Okay, we have baked. That was fun. Next, I'm going to go in with some bronzer. And again, this is my opportunity to use some new things. I can't actually find my bronzer, so we'll skip that for right now. This is a teeny little blush called Hot Mama from The Balm Cosmetics. I got it in just some trial thing. And I always think a little pop of pink blush looks nice. Okay. Next, I'm going to do a tiny bit of contouring with this foundation stick. And this is really going to be like a day contour because this is like basically one shade darker than my foundation. So no crazy contours from me today. Take a little bit up here. A little under the jaw. Contour complete. And I'm going to go in with my tried and true Thrive Cosmetics Lash Extension Mascara. And I keep coming back to this one lately. I've been trying all kinds of mascaras lately. And this one, I have to say, I think is my favorite. Except the fact that it just clumped on me. It's just really never done that before. I might be needing a new one. So you can see the difference. And that's just one coat. I usually do 2 coats of this. You can see the incredible difference. I don't curl my eyelashes. My eyelashes are already pretty curled, but I've been thinking about trying it more recently. All right, so that's done. And I did go back in and put that goldish eyeliner above the black, which I just think makes this eye come completely together. I really like how it's looking. I'm going to finish. I found my bronzer. And the bronzer is really going to pull this all together, so it's pretty crucial that I found it. Because this is my end of summer faking the glow. Take a little down on the neck. And I'm going to finish the lips with this is actually a blush, but you can use it for lips, eyes. It's called Chubby Stick by Clinique in the shade Amped Up Apple. because I still want a really matte lip, but this is, when I say this is drying, it's super dry. So that is looking good. I like it. And I think we're done. I'm going to do my hair real quick, come back and show you the final look. All right, well, I'm not done, but I did put in the dry shampoo. That new one that I had, I think I'm going to have to try it again and see if I like it. This Amika, I don't know. For me, the Drybar Detox dry shampoo is like top notch. So I just have to give you my honest opinion there. And then thought I would show you. So once you really kind of amp up the dry shampoo, brush it through really well. And then I always travel with a curling wand. And this heats up really quickly. Like this is the 3-day bender from Drybar. It shows you. So it went from 240, now it's at 260. I mean, that's how quick it is. I usually set it at like 330. And then I just take it from behind and wrap. And I don't want it super curly. So I'm going to let it go and then kind of pull it straight. So wrap. This has a clamp on it, but I don't use it all the time. Catch the curl, that's key, and then pull it. Pulling it will kind of make it not so 80s prom queen. The back of the head is always the hardest. Catch, pull. If you have thick, super thick hair, you may want to put half of it up and do half. If I want a really tight curl look, I will do that with as well. I usually travel with these clips too from Drybar, and I'll clip half up and do the bottom section first. And you're just curling and repeating and curling and repeating. And then if you want to go back in and any additional pieces you want to redo, always try to curl away from your face. I usually end up redoing the pieces around my face because usually those are the ones that I want to be a little bit more curly versus the back. All right, well, it's time to pack up my bag, hit up Starbucks, and head into work for a big day. But this is me done, and this will fall during the day quite a bit, so I'm not worried that it's a little bit more curly than I wanted because I'm not really going to put hairspray in it, so it will fall into just like a nice piecey wave. Well, thanks for getting ready with me. For me? I wish somebody could get ready for me. Thanks for getting ready with me. I'm going to go pack my bag and definitely grab a giant coffee at Starbucks. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching.